Hey, so um, today I'm making a YouTube video. So I'm going to build a sealed deck that's for limited preliminary, and yeah, as a disclaimer, I'm definitely not an expert in this format yet. I played like 4 sealed decks, 5 drafts, something like that. But I thought that's just a cool thing to do. Like there's a sealed super qualifier on this weekend. There's in-person pre-releases like soon probably. So maybe that's something you want to see how to build a sealed deck. So let's see how it goes. Okay. So normally how I start, I always just sort by rarity. I want to see what are my rares. So I have Kaya, which is a bomb rare. I have this thing, which seems also really good. And I have Glorious Protector, which is a good card also. And then I have this thing, which is decent. This one I haven't been impressed with, but it has some utility. If you have a lot of legends, it can search for them. So it can, like 2/4 for 4 is not that bad, and it can break up card advantage, so it's fine. The other side is pretty mediocre, but maybe sometimes if you get stuck on lands, it can be helpful. And this thing, I don't know how to rate this card yet. I think it has potential. Um, the thing you can do with this is that you can copy the best creature on board and then play like a 2-drop late game, and you get the best thing like that opponent has or that you have, like another one. Or what you can also do is when opponent plays some bomb, you can cast this on like the weakest creature on board, and then their bomb comes into play as the bad creature instead. But I don't think it's very good. I think it can see play though. Anyway, like from seeing the rares, I would say I'm very likely to end up in white. Okay. And what lands we have? So we have a green white land, a red green land, a green blue land, and a white black land, and then a forest and an island. So there's 3 different green lands. So splashing green should be kind of easy. There's 2 different white lands, so if we are specific, I guess, I mean, in theory, like if it would be black, green, we could splash for white, but I don't think these cards are that splashable outside of Kaya. Okay, so now we go sort by color. I start going through all the cards and seeing what colors have playable cards. First, the colorless cards. So this one is not very good. This one is unplayable, and then I have 2 of those, which can see play if we have like the cast 2 spells in a turn archetype. Okay, and so how is white? This one is pretty weak. This one is better in draft. I don't really like it in sealed that much. I don't think I have a good vehicle, so it can be an early blocker if you need that. That's good. I know some people don't like cards like this in sealed, but I like all removal usually. 3 mana flyer, that's fine. This card is pretty good. It goes out of control fast. If you can remove the blockers, it's gonna be really good. So this one is great. Especially if you can have some comes into play triggers, then it's going to be even better. But it's still a 3/4 flash flying, so you can just ambush a creature, and then is a good threat. So it's pretty good. Yeah, this one is pretty insane. So you foretell it, and then next turn you can make a 3 mana angel, or for 5 mana you can make 2 angels, which is really good. Okay, so this returns artifacts or enchantments. I don't think I have any enchantments in these colors, but it makes me more likely to want to play those guys if I need early plays, for example. It made me want to play this longbow just because it's an artifact. Okay, so what we have in blue, this is unplayable. I don't know how to rate this card. I haven't played with it too much. I don't really like it, although I think it has potential. This guy is... It's fine if you have a lot of Fortel, I guess. Yeah, I don't know about this Mystic Reflection. I don't like Raven Form. I think it's a sideboard card at best. I like playing Kaldheim Sealed. A 2-pay hold is pretty good. These cards are really good. It's one of the better commons in the set. This is fine. It's mostly just I mean, Scry 3 is pretty powerful, so it's probably always play it if you're blue. This one needs creature types to be playable. That's a good card, and that's a good card also. Okay. So what does black have? I don't like this. I like the Disciples, especially with the Angel. You can blink them, discard more cards. I've been pretty impressed by the Race to Draw Barrier, especially because it's an instant, so you can set up blocks, then after the end step you can return some stuff. So I would almost always play one. Like, it depends on the creature types, but they usually end up playing one. I'm not sure about two, but card advantage is good, so... this is interesting. It's a removal what you want to put on creatures they use to attack. Like, it doesn't stop the activated abilities and stuff like that. But it is a cheap removal, so I think it's playable. This one is good if you have snow mana, otherwise it's pretty mediocre. This one is also like hit or miss. If you can put one counter on it early on, it's good. If you can't, it's kind of bad. And this enchantment, it's better in aggressive decks, but I know, I feel like I want to try it at least. School Raid, that's decent. This is good. This is good in aggressive decks. I'm not entirely sure in this type of deck that it looks to be, but we'll see. Okay, I've been really impressed by this card. If you have it in your opening hand, you can set up like play patterns where you foretell it turn 2 or turn 3. You don't play creatures, and then you can get like their first through, like a 2-drop and a 3-drop, or a 3-drop and a 4-drop, depending on how the game is going. Like, you can get 2-for-1s with this pretty easily. Also in late game, you can set up blocks in a way where it's going to do work. This one, it's a zombify. If you have elves, obviously it's much better. I don't really have that many elves. I don't really have many creatures I want to get back also, at least from what I see. I think this one is playable. Okay. So obviously I'm looking most at black-white because I have Gaia and I have the bombs in white. So this card I've been very impressed with, so if you can pull off like black-gray, it's kind of nice. We don't have any 2-drops in red though. No 2-drops in white also. Yeah, like blue looks very underwhelming to me, outside of the draw spells, which are really good though. There's like 3 really good draw spells. Card advantage is pretty great. also this thing works well if you have two of the disciples. And you can exchange control of the wither ground if it stays on the battlefield, which usually it doesn't, I guess. Interesting. Okay, so what's in red? It's this one, this one I have been impressed with. Craven Hulk is fine. It's better in an aggressive deck, obviously, because it can't block that well. This card has been decent. This is like a bit overcosted removal. Land destruction, not really into that. These are like only good in aggressive decks, and this is a fine finisher. So I don't think red is good enough. And then green we have. This can be playable if I like, it's pretty really weak, but if I need to splash something, it might be playable. I've been impressed with this card. It's just a 1-mana answer to more mana spells usually. Rune of Might is pretty strong. This one is good if you have a lot of snowlands. Glittering Frost is decent if you want to splash. The Spider has been also decent. There's quite a lot of flyers around. It has like it can trade up, like that's one thing I like about it. This one has been pretty impressive for me also. You almost always get to 2-for-1 with it. Not sure about this card. I think it's pretty good if you're an aggressive deck with early creatures, but that doesn't look like I'm that. This can be playable, it's not that great. This is fine, and this is fine. Okay. And what lands we have? Like, this one is a red-white land. Search your library for an aura and/or equipment card. Don't really have aura or equipment cards. This is a green-white land. It's good. Red, green. This one is also pretty good. It's actually really good. For 6 mana, your land just creates you a 4/4 creature, but also you get to destroy a land. So if I would pick green, I guess it's hard to splash for it unless you're red. Okay, we have this one which can help fixing also. Up to 1 target creature you don't control gets -2/-2 until end. So great too. Okay, so this is pretty good also if you're green. Interesting. So what are our best 2 colors? Normally I lean towards bombs, that's what I do. It's possible to build like multicolor decks in this format. This one is not that good if you don't have cheap creatures though. Okay, so if I'm going to go green and I want to splash blue, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 fixing. So I could do that. So I could go like... One problem this pool has, it doesn't have removal actually. Yeah, there's little, like black has these as my only removal spells. So let's see how black-white looks like. Oops. Color. So this is 23 cards. Creature types: 2 Elf Cleric, a Pegasus, a Zombie Berserker, an Imp, Dwarf Warrior, Angel Clerics. I have 3 Clerics, 4 Clerics, 2 Angels. So these are Dwarf Warriors. They have a warrior. I did not. Okay, so these things can get back like the clerics. I guess there's 4 clerics, right? Yeah. I kind of like this thing in the deck, so if I want to splash for that, I can use this. I have this, which helps also. Not sure what to think about the bet. It gets better if you have instants, because like cheap instants. These master skulls don't have that many things to bring back. Like they can bring back the wither crowns. I guess that's pretty good. Yeah, I don't like this guy. I think I'm not sure about that one also. I have some elves, but okay. So what removal? I have Iron Verdict, Dagger Shadow, and 2 wither crowns. It's not that bad, I think. Now this is also good with the Master Skull. So I'm pretty sure I want to splash for this. And the Behold the Multiverse have been really good from what I've seen. So if I splash for those, I need like 5 to 6 blue sources, which is a lot. I'm playing black for the early creature. I don't need these things if I'm playing the draw spells, I think. So I'm not sure which is correct, to play the draw spell or to play like this. By the way, normally I build way faster. I'm just running out of time because I'm trying to talk through this. Yeah, let me see the mana base. If I play it like this, so that's for 5 for blue, that's 5, 6, 7 for white, and 7, 8, 9 for black. So I can go 8, 8, 5. Which I think is good enough. I like 18 lands. I have a decent curve, I think. This is another card advantage. I'm not sure about this Pursuit, but kind of want to try it out. There's a lot of cheap Fortel stuff, which is good. Which makes the Infernal Pet a lot better. A lot of them have flash or are instants. This helps a bit, making stuff cheaper. I have some finishers. I have the Bragart, I have Master Scales, which can get card advantage, win the game. I have Gaia. This thing can win the game. There really isn't a good finisher in my sideboard, I think, that I could add. I would like, ideally I would like to have like one, 6/6 for 6 mana or something, or some 7 mana, like one 7 mana finisher. But I have the Angel card, which kind of fits that role. So yeah, I think this is pretty decent. So I'm gonna submit this, and now just take a quick look at the green white, I guess is what I would do if I would It doesn't look that good. Like the runes are fine, but they don't have early creatures, so they get much worse. I think it would be decent, but I think I like removal over like mediocre creatures more. Yeah. That's it. I'm gonna take a quick screenshot and then the first round starts. A screenshot is so I can go back and check the deck when I'm between hard decisions during the game. I could have played like the Rimmerwood Falls, but I only have Grim Draugr. I don't think that card is that good to have a tap land in the decks. Would you like to play first? Yes, I would like to play first. Okay, this hand is fine. Like the deck has a lot of card advantage, so I feel comfortable about the late game, and then it's about being able to get to the late game. Like that's one of the reasons I like drawing first also. I have 18 lands, so I'm not going to get stuck on lands too much. My opponent is not going to get on the board before me because I'm going first, etc. So there's that. Did I have 1 mana spells? I did not, so I can just play a land and say go. I mean, I do have tap lands, so I could have searched for those, but it's fine. Don't really want to draw lands. Okay, he attacks for 1. I like keeping 2 spells. I'm gonna get this on the board first. I have Kaya for whatever bomb he's going to play. I have Vengeful Reaper, which can block big creatures. I have the Trickster if I need to get something from him. Probably the best if I can get it off like the Kaya token or something along those lines. So now I have options. There's a foretell card that's like a 3/2 if it's going to destroy a creature that took damage. So I don't really want to attack into that. So the question is, what is the best play if I don't want to do that? I could just play one of my 4-drops. Or I could foretell 2 things. Which is like mana neutral. But it gives me a lot more options next turn. I could also just play Gaia and put the counter here, but I don't want to do that. There are a lot of burn spells that hit planeswalkers in this set, so I would rather want to be able to use the -3 ability on Gaia at least once. So I think attacking is not that great in this spot, especially because of that. Or yeah. I think I'm going to go with foretelling 2 guards. I guess I go to combat first, but I'm not going to attack, so... And the other one is probably this one. One problem I do have is I have only 1 black right now, so I can't cast both my black spells. Okay, so he just passed, didn't do anything. And he didn't even stop to think. Which is a bit interesting. He's also not attacking, or they are not attacking, I guess. That's what I'm supposed to say. Sure, I'm going to... I think I'm gonna... I feel like I'm supposed to discard the Trickster God's Heist, but that card is also... That card is also really good against some bombs in his colors. So I think I'm actually discarding that thing. I hope I'm going to draw into... into something I can use with this. So I'm gonna start by making him discard. He has 5 spells in hand, so I think it's a good spot to play this. I mean, I know there's an argument for playing this first to see what I draw, and then I can decide what I want to play. But also I think this turn is like a good spot to use this, and I can use this in the end step when I see what he played or what they played, and then oh, they had a land in hand. That's interesting. So they just decided to voluntarily skip a land drop. Very interesting. Okay, so now I'm gonna play a land. I'm gonna attack, make it a 4/4. Oh no, I actually I didn't realize they sacked this, so they actually made the land drop. Yeah, makes sense. I wonder if that would change my decision. Probably not. I could have tried to just like go for the ultimate, but yeah, stuff like this goes to the planeswalker side. Yeah, this is fine. I'm just building up so much card advantage that they're gonna really struggle to win the late game. Bottom 2 lands. So this card, having 2 of them was a decent reason to play out this. So now I have an option to just run out the 4/4, or I can play the infernal bet and either foretell this or cast it here. If I cast it here, I get a counter on that one, which is nice. But I don't think it's worth casting. So I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna go to the second main, then I'm gonna foretell this and pass. If they play some really good creature, I can just swap. If they do nothing, I'm probably gonna play Gaia and Optic on this one and pass the turn. The thing with running out Gaia early is that you might get to the -7 if they don't put pressure on it, and then it's really, really good because you can just basically cast the Gaia every turn. The downside is like there's the 5 mana giant spell that deals 6 damage, it goes straight to the Gaia, so you just play this, you Optic, you get this a counter, like a kind of irrelevant thing, and then after that you just lose your Gaia. Okay, that's good. I think it's better to play this than it is to play Gaia. So now I'm attacking, I'm fine trading the 2/2 for a 1/1 and making him cast this 3/2 if he has it, which I also, it's starting to feel like he doesn't have it, because just playing a 3/2 beater might have been smart by them. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's a good card. So that was under there. That explains a little bit of them not playing anything for many turns. Okay. So now I'm in a spot where I kind of have to run this out as a 2-0, or alternatively I can go Gaia minus, which is not too bad either. It's going to be bad if they have like something that deals 3 damage, but other than that, yeah, I think I like actually doing that in this spot specifically. I get my card advantage. Next turn I can play this, I can Optic. It should protect the Gaia quite good. They don't get to use this. I'm gonna sandbag the land, I think it's worth it. There's like the Disciple, there's the discard spell I played. Okay, that's fine. I think I'm going to kill it. I still have this thing for any real bomb. If I'm scared of something, I'm gonna play the 4/4, so it's a good blocker for the 4/4. Okay, so it's going to deal 1 damage to the Corsair, that's fine. We traded 1 for 1. Or it's going to deal 1 damage to me. Okay. That's not a big deal. Okay, now the Disciple is a great draw. I can make them discard and then I can play the Trickster's Goddess for 3 mana. Exchange control of those. Use the ability, yes. And I win the game. Okay, and now what I usually do is I check what they have before I go to sideboardings. I usually write down like bombs and instants. So there's Demon Bolt, Third Red Shadow, Frostbite, Demonic Gifts, and Run Amok. So he has they have a lot of combat tricks. Also to note is that they have like discard spells, quite a lot. I mean, there's 2 disciples. No, that's my disciple. Whatever. They have the 1 disciple, okay, and this one. I mean, this one is to be aware of also. Can kill creatures for free. The Wither Crown seem really good. The Imp is fine, I think. It's not great. Do we have anything better? Don't really have cheap creatures in the sideboard. We could play the Ox just as a blocker. I'm not a big fan of doing that. I think having like a 2/2 that can trade with his stuff and can grow is probably better. The upside of the Ox though is that it works with this thing. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this. I think I have enough card advantage. Just having like 1 more cheap play against an aggressive deck is probably nice. Okay, that's a keep. That's a nice combo, the Scald and the Wither Crown. And the Corsair is making these things cheaper, which is nice also. I need to draw 1 land, but I have 18 lands, so I'm not really worried. Okay. That's a bit annoying. Huh. So I think I'm just going to play the whale named Blue, and the reason for that is I want to be able to play a creature next turn that can trade with this thing. They're going to get 2 tokens out of it, which is quite a lot. But I do have card advantage in my deck, so I can catch up later. Yep. And the Wither Crown like doesn't deal with the abilities, so they would still get the token if I played that. I think I'm more happy to trade a 2/2 flyer for this. The downside is that I can't play this plus Wither Crown next turn. They have a lot of combat tricks, so we might get like trade the creature for a combat trick here. That's also fine. Then they don't get the token, they don't advance their board. Oh, that card is really good. So next turn they can make a 5/5 dragon and then I just lose. Yeah. That is difficult. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to block this thing. They make a dragon, I need to wither crown the dragon, and then I need to find a blocker for this. I'm probably also going to sideboard this out, it doesn't seem good in the match. No, I can't even block it, it has first strike. That card is really good. So I have the Trickster Squad Heist that can deal with it. I have Kaya that can answer it in a way. I have the Iron Verdict. I mean, they're never going to activate this again. I'm just going to lose to the dragons. I think I need to draw like the removals with this turn to have a chance. I didn't, so I can play the Wither Crown here. Then they would just make another dragon. Yeah, and then I'm just like really dead. I mean, theoretically I could keep playing, but I don't want to waste your times. My time was. Okay, so what can we do with that thing? I do have some answers to it, so like I can draw the angel, I can have this Iron Verdict. I think I still like the Ox, I think it's fine. Anything in... Don't really want to splash for Ravenborn. So yeah, it doesn't look like I have good options to sideboard in against that thing. And other colors don't have much removal, so outside of this, but yeah, I guess we just send it back. We go first. I'm gonna keep this. I need to draw a Blains. But if I draw Blains, I'm gonna be fine. I have 2 removal spells. I can foretell this on turn 2. That's a decent draw. That means I can make a play next turn. So I don't have to be afraid of the 2/1 that makes the 2/1 tokens. Okay, drew up Blains. So this is a sorcery. So right now I can grade 1 angel, but I definitely want to grade 2 angels. I'm still going to play the Blains though. attack for 2 and pass the turn. The 2 angels with couple removal spell to back them up should win the game. Most of the time at least. That's a 2/5. Deal 1 damage, I guess, or gain 1 life. I'm not too scared. If I draw a play, I'm gonna make the... Depends, actually. I was thinking about that. Okay, so now I have a land. So theoretically, in 2 turns I could make 3 angels, but I think just the fact that I don't have really any other play in this spot, I'm supposed to make the 2 angels. And then possibly I can double spell next turn. Put them under a lot of pressure. This gets like a flying, so I can attack for 11 if they don't kill any of the flyers. They might have like the deal 4 damage thing here, so if I deal them 7, they go to 11. If I play like 2 of those, they have to sack all their creatures, or they're gonna take 2 more. I'm definitely not blocking here. I don't think it's worth blocking if I'm going to play removal spells on it. Wonder what they can have if they're attacking like that. Because this was a free block. Probably run amok is the best guess I have. Which would have been a 2-for-1 for me, but I think I like going for the win more than not going for the win. Okay, so let's do a quick check. So we go set, Kaldheim, flash. Okay, so there's no... Oh, I have the filter for the wrong colors. Oh, I need to put the quantity to 0. Okay, so this is like the only flash creature in their colors. So I think it's safe to just attack with all. Sure, that's fine. So they have the 3/2, okay. Sure. So they're going to kill this and trade with a 2/2. I think that's fine. So now I have an option to play the 4/4, but I think it's better to play this. I'm gonna play the land because that opens up the option. If I draw a land, I can play Master Skull and Wither Crown. That was a decent synergy, like the Frostbite and plus that thing. Okay, so now I'm going to sandbag the land because I don't want to discard it. I'm a bit afraid of the sacrifice 2 things, so I think I'm going to pass the turn. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So now I'm going to Wither Ground this. No, I need to play this first, so they don't know I have it in hand. Get back this. So if I play it now, they take 1 damage and they're gonna leave it back as a champ blocker, but that's fine. The 1 damage is worth it, I think. The Ox is like really bad here and the other spell would be fine, so that's something to note. Obviously if I get to discard Ox it's going to be fine. And if I draw the swap creatures thing it would be fine also. That's a flyer. So I can't attack here. I could wither ground this. This thing can like attack and get back something, which is not so fun. I believe the play is to play the Courser and say go. There's no reason to like really suit this up, I think. Okay, now they sacked it. So they took like 1 damage for no real reason. Okay. And that stops me from attacking also. Or if they're attacking, I'm definitely taking it. It's a bit aggressive by them. But that's a decent draw, so I can give them the Ox and I can take the flyer. I think it's worth doing. So now I have a decent clock in the air. This thing is going to deal them 3 damage soon enough. If they play some very scary saga, I can swap them. I'm fine blocking here. If they have another of these things, that's fine. If they have Anamak or that thing, that's also fine, I think. We just traded 1 for 1. Well, obviously it's not that good of a card, but having a creature in graveyard when you have a Master Scout is fine. Okay, so this dies. I draw. Can attack here. There's no reason to kill this because they still have another blocker. But I think it's worth playing the Master Scald. Just getting back the Wither Crown. Yes. And then I'm going to foretell this. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it like that. And there was an argument for waiting to get this back. Maybe that was worth doing. But also, right now they're on 2-turn clock. And the Wither Crowns are becoming like hard removal. now I'm not blocking because I have this thing, so next turn I can block and cast that if I want to. They can make me discard one of the crowns or two of the crowns. Okay, interesting. They lose 3, I gain 3. Can attack. They go to 2. There's no reason to kill this. It's much better to do it in combat after they play whatever combat trick they have. Because I feel like they have run amok. They can use this, that's completely fine. If they want to use up their mana, do I care? Probably not. That's a 2-for-1, so I'm gonna take it. I can't attack because dogs anyway, but okay. So now the game is about me drawing like my guard advantage. Yeah, that's fine. I was keeping the land for this, so they would just waste their turn if they don't have anything better to do. Yeah, the Disciple is a decent draw. So now, if I draw like another cheap creature, it enables this, like they have to sack 2, I can keep my best guy. Also I can start attacking for 1 if they don't have a blade. Okay, so Gaia is a win if they have nothing. So I'm gonna go for the win. That's it for round 1. Alright, back for round 2. So I chose to play, and this hand is good, so I'm gonna keep. Having all the colors is nice, having the Wither Crown with the Sky, Master Skull is good. Even have a dual land to start the game with. Alright, so we drew a play. Okay, so that's a bit of an aggressive card. The question is it worth Wither Crowing this thing? Because they're gonna keep it around, take 1 damage every turn, and I don't think it's worth it. I'd rather put it on a creature that doesn't like actually do anything, so I'm gonna play a land and say go. That thing is also... Maybe they're going to haste it, so I can kill it with this thing. So I can do that. So now I have the option to play the Courser plus Wither Crown, or I can just play the Dog Pursuit. I still think I want to keep the Wither Crown for something that's actually going to die. So, given that, it's probably still better to play out the Corsair. Reason being is this deals 1 more damage. Okay, interesting. So they're not attacking, but they're attacking with this thing. Huh. Do I want to trade? I don't think I do. Each player sacrifices 2 creatures. Now I obviously wish I traded. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Dog Pursuit and foretell this. And then I'm going to block. Oh, this is in the end step, so actually it was damage neutral last turn. Oh. Interesting. Okay, so this gets a counter after they activate this. Sure. So they get 1 card. That's fine. I'm going to play this. Get my 2 for 1. So basically we're card advantage neutral right now. I have this thing in play, which is like -1 card advantage for me unless it wins me the game. They play planes. Yeah, I'm not sure if I should be playing this thing. Okay, so this can deal like a lot of damage from the ability. They have 4 creatures in the graveyard. Interesting. I'm gonna start by playing the Disciple. My dog is going off, so sorry for. Hey, no. No, señor. Yeah, has like stitches because a dog was biting him, so now he likes to lick that. Hey, no, señor. I have to tell him usually like 2 or 3 times, then he stops. So. No, señor. Stop. Okay? Stop. No más. Okay, what do we do here? So I can Wither Grant this, but they're just gonna keep it around and it keeps dealing me damage. Doing 2 damage a turn. I guess it's like damage neutral in that way, and I'm not gonna take any damage myself, so I think it's fine to play it here. Kind of stops the menace from this guy, but that's also fine. Oh, that's a good card. And that's a really good card also. So I'm gonna have a hard time in this game. So my answer to those cards is like Gaia. It's pretty much the best I can do. And then try to race. I'm gonna jump block here. It's a bit bad if I draw the enchantment that changes control. I can play a 4/4 that doesn't do anything, or I can take a lot of damage, which probably is what I'm going to do. What is that? Oh yeah, yeah. Makes sense. So next turn I'm going to take... Okay, so they can't activate this plus this, which is good. But let's say they draw a swamp, then I'm going to take 8 plus 3, 11. So I stay at 1, at 2. They go to 8. It's interesting. I think... I feel like I need to play this just as a jump blocker to have a chance at this game. Okay, so they're not attacking, so they're gonna hit me for 6, put me to 7. Makes sense. Or they're not gonna do that. Yeah, I guess it makes more sense to activate this. Deals 1 more damage. So I can attack with both. They're gonna block here. Go to 4. Or they can just block here and take 4, go to 4. Then I'm just dead on board, right? If I don't attack, they're gonna activate this. I go to 6, I go to 7, and they're gonna attack me for 4 and activate it again, so I'm dead. Regardless of what I do. Okay. That seems like a good deck. These things are really strong if you have the snowlands for it. They seem to have all the duals. A lot of fixing. Didn't see any like instants and stuff like that. The Wither Grounds are pretty weak against them, unfortunately. This thing seems pretty good. This thing doesn't seem that good to me. Maybe in this type of matchup it's better. Kind of need to raise them. That's the thing. I have answers to stuff. I think I have enough answers. So I need to just raise them. Now the question is, do I want like an ox, for example? The ox can block the troll if I need to, but I think I need to deal with the troll in a different way, probably. Yeah, I'm gonna still keep this thing. It didn't too much this game, but it can help me raise. Would you like to play first? Yes, I would. Okay, this hand is fine. Sorry for the construction noise, by the way. It's like a massive... They're building like an apartment building in front of my apartment, unfortunately. I'm gonna try to make like videos if I'm gonna do them like in the night when they're not building anymore, but this prelims just started in the morning, so it is what it is. Basically whatever creature they play, I'm gonna Wither Crown it up next turn. I'm gonna try to curve like Wither Crown, this guy, Gaia. They don't play a creature, I hope I draw something. Okay, that's good. That's going to give me a shot at winning the game in the late game. If I draw lines, I can go like 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll see if we draw lines. Okay, that's one land, that's good. Also I have an option to play Wither Crown plus untap this next turn. The problem with Wither Crowning this is it still keeps the ability. So I can play Kaya and I can minus on this, then Kaya dies to a removal spell. I can play Kaya and uptick it on this guy. And then if they don't have a snowland, I'm kind of... I think I like playing Wither Crown here, and then attacking with this guy. I'm trying to keep this for the flyer or something like that. Now if they want to block with this to trade it off, that's fine. Yeah, this is fine. Our dude gets bigger, they lose the troll is like really annoying if they have 2 snowlands. Iron Verdict, okay, sure. That's fine. Yep. Now I can play a 3/7. It's probably still better than making 2 angels. So now I can go Kaya, kill this, and then they have to attack. I'm going to block whatever thing. So I get a 2-for-1 out of this, and then I make like a bunch of angels, or I can just play the Courser and activate this. Which seems fine. And keep the Kaya for whatever, like, for the scariest thing they can play pretty much. Okay, that's fine, it's just a 2/2. The angels are going to take over the game. Yep, that's not even scary at this point. Yep, I'm definitely trading with that. There's no reason not to trade, I think. It's like an angel wizard thrower. Okay, so now I can just make a bunch of angels. And say go. Yep. So they have a lot of 2/2s. It's a bit weird to be playing like a $4 deck and then just having like so many random 2/2s. They don't do that much. Like these cards were pretty much blank this game. So one thing I can consider is like playing this thing, playing this thing. And the reason is if I could theoretically play this. Also, or this. And the reason for playing those is that if I use this thing, which I can use multiple times to steal their snow creatures like the troll and the flyer, then I can activate them better. Right now I have 3. What do these things do? So this can kill the flyer. This doesn't do much, I think, but this can kill the flyer, which is nice. Like the problem is I would screw up my colored sources if I play this. I can't really afford to add land. I think. So the disciples are good to give it to them. The ox stops the troll. It doesn't do much else. I think I'm taking this out on the play. How many elves I have? I have 2 elves, I think. So the 1 drops. This seems good against 4 color decks. This as well. So what I could do is I could just add a land, like add this and then play the 2 snow lands in my colors. And then I get another answer to the flyer. Doesn't seem that great. Probably I'm gonna just play this. It's decent against the early beatdown side of their deck. And it works with this thing. I'm gonna keep this hand. Need to draw a blue source, but I have some spells. Like I have one spell I can cast. If I draw a land, I can play this. Yep. If they curve into the 3-drop that searches lands, I'm pretty screwed. I could play this, foretell this, hope to draw a land. Probably that's the play. This way at least I can eat one of the creatures if I draw a land. Okay, they foretell something. Attack for 2. I didn't draw a land, I drew the disciple. So I have 2 options. I can foretell this or I can play the disciple. I think I prefer playing to the board a little bit here. It also plays great with the angel, so if I draw a... If I draw a land, I can do that thing. Oh, it doesn't come back straight away. Ah, it comes only when the angel dies. Okay, that's fine though. That thing is tough to beat. I can exchange controls of those if I want to. I guess I just pass here. Try to eat the 2/2 with my angel. Still gonna exile this thing, I think. Just worth it. Yes, exile this. Okay. So now if they use like a combat trick or something, then they have to discard a card at least. And they're just pumping that guy, that's fine. If I draw a land, I'm gonna play the School Raid. If I don't draw a land, then I'm gonna play the Courser. Now I can double block the Valkyr. Okay. So they can give haste to the priest, but they have to use it pre-combat. Also, now they can't attack into the angel. So I drew another disciple. They have no cards in hand, so that doesn't do much. So I think the play is to play the pet and say go. Yep, that's only sorcerer speed, so you can't activate it now. That's fine. Yep, I go to 8. I draw an island, which is great. So that means I can play the disciple and foretell this. And I can attack for 2, I think. I'm surprised they didn't trade. Okay, so they can activate this. I'm gonna take 4, and then we're gonna trade. Sorry for the camera shaking. The dog is like scratching himself under the table. It's pretty fun. Okay, so now what we can do is probably the best play is just to swap the disciple with this thing. And I'm not gonna attack this turn. Use Trickster Hat's ability, yes. I'm gonna skip attacking this turn because this thing can give haste. Next turn I can play like a death touch blocker. They played Ironbird, that's fine. They still have one more card in there. So I could steal a land if I would have a non-basic, but I don't have, so... Choose 2 target non-basic non-creature. Oh, okay. So I could steal a land and they get this, but they get to put me to 1 at that point. I do get there. Wait. Non-basic non-creature permanence. How do I get past this? Okay. Like, is it bugged? And you just can't do anything or what? You may exchange control of 2 target non-basic non-creature permanents that share a card type. Okay, so there is no non-basic non-creature permanents that share a card type in play. So I'm gonna click cancel. Oh, okay. Okay. So I can exchange control of those. Nothing happens. Okay. That's interesting. That's a weird way to make the card work, but whatever. Okay, so now I have an option to cast this. Which seems worth it, to be honest. I get to throw 1, they get to discard 1. The dog is licking himself again. I'm gonna foretell this and still pass the turn. I'm gonna just take it slow. I might... Like, this is a good blocker for the troll, so there's not that much I'm scared of. And I just don't want to die to some haste thing. Next turn I gain 3 life, so it makes me more likely to want to attack. Okay, so now I can start attacking and play the 3-7. They're down to 12. Can play this. Say go. Sure. Like these things. That's the reason I don't like 2/2s in Seal. Like they just like I think these cards are actually fine because they have a relevant ability, especially if your deck is aggressive. But like this seems to be like a 4-color deck which wants to play for the late game, and then you have just Grizzly Bears in your deck. Like they don't do anything. They're if this would be like you know, a random 4-drop, random 5-drop, or random spell kind of, they would do much more, I think. Okay, so here I'm going to double spell. So I'm gonna play Master Scald, get back that thing, use Master Scald ability, exile the Corsair, play this thing, and attack for a lot with these things. And I still have a 4/4 and I have a 1/1 jump blocker. They go to 7. Yeah, and we win. I could have played this game in a little bit more aggressive fashion, but I think it was unnecessary. I think my lines were fine. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. That's it for round 2. We'll be back for round 3. Okay, round 3. I'm 2-0, playing against Trios. He's a pretty good player. I lost the die roll. I think this hand is good enough though because I have all my colors. I have like I can foretell this, and I can play this, and then if I draw a 2-drop, I can play 2-drop plus this or something along those lines. So yeah, keep having all the colors is nice. Oh, he chose to not play first. Well, that's fine also. I think that's a reasonable choice in Sealed. Yeah, especially if you have like bad mana base and you want to be on the draw more often. Okay. Unfortunately, that's a black spell and they don't have a second swan. Okay. Play this. So they have like a multicolor deck. Is that named blue? So that's so I want to use my black mana for sure. And the question is, do I play a 2/3 flyer in the attack, or do I play Skull Raid? I think I'd rather play the flyer in the attack. Okay, that's good. That's a good card if you have giants. So it's 3 mana, draw 2, but you get to choose the 2 cards among the top 3 cards, so it's pretty powerful. So the first side is anticipate, the second side is a 1 mana anticipate for free. So yeah, it's like a really powerful divination if you have a giant. Okay, that's decent. I think I like just playing it here. Getting this off the board, maybe? Or going up the... If I go up tick plus on this, that's pretty powerful also. Yeah, I like doing that. Then I just stay back, because if I get the emblem, I kind of win the game. I have the Wither Crown next turn. If they play some creature I can't deal with, I can minus. Drawing a swamp would be nice, that would let me do this thing. Okay, create a 2/2 blue. I've never seen this card before. Create a 2/2 blue shapeshifter creature that can be changeling. Any number of target shapeshifter creatures you control have base power and toughness 4/4. Choose up to one target creature or planeswalker. Each creature with power 4 or greater you control deals damage equal to its power of that permanent. Okay, interesting. So I think I can get this up to 7 before they can deal with it. Like if they have a removal spell, then so I'm thinking which one I should Wither Crown, and I probably should Wither Crown this just because it's a flyer. Like this is a 4/4 I can block with a earth creature, so it's not gonna be one removal spell is not going to be enough. Also, this makes like a chump blocker, which is nice. So I can play a land. Making this into a 0/4 though is not really that exciting. So probably I should Wither Crown that thing. So it's good. It makes them. Oh, it changes it to 4/4. Huh. Well, I thought it said base power, but I guess it overwrites it. I thought it's gonna stay like 0/4. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now I get to emblem the Gaia, and that means I get to play Gaia every turn until end of the game, which is pretty good, I think. And I drew that thing. Okay. So I can activate this thing. So they're going to kill one of my creatures, right? Then oh, huh. Okay, I messed up with the Wither Crown. I shouldn't have played it. That was a mistake. I thought it's going to stay like, huh, interesting. So unless they have a way to, even from exile, yeah, they can't really do anything. I can play the Skull Raid, or I can play this. This is going to kill something. So I think I'm supposed to attack here. I can't find trading. If I don't kill that thing, it's fine also. Next turn I'm gonna play this together with the Gaia. Yep, that's fine. I could have played it now. They sack 2, I get 2 1-1s. These are wizards and giants, so everything. Okay, sure, I get this back to my hand, I get the 1-1, and then I guess in response to the trigger I can play this. Yeah. Wait. Oh, it doesn't trigger? If when this creature dies or is put into exile, oh, okay. For some reason I thought it's like when it leaves battlefield. So I play this. Cast this. So I can exile either this or this. I think it's way better to exile. Is it though? This is a flyer, so I can make like blockers for that, so I think I should cast this so this doesn't get a counter. I think I still want to play it. And play this. I'm gonna exile that thing, cast this, play a land, say go. I have 16 life, is a lot. Frostbite, that's fine. You can kill Gaia, just cast it again, right? If you don't kill Gaia, just plus it. And then next turn I cast it again. Or I guess next turn I use the minus and then I cast it again. Okay, so they have an option to equip it to the flyer, which I think they should have done probably. I'm gonna uptick here. We're gonna kill it in response. Okay, fair enough. So discard your last 2 cards. Wither Crown this. I guess I play the land and pass. They can attack me for 7, which is a lot. I need to draw a creature pretty much. That's That's a good card. Okay. Yeah, now it probably just lose, right? Take 11 this turn. And they need to draw very well. Yeah. That's fine. It's a correct play for sure. Okay, that's decent. Let's see what we can draw. Iron Verdict is good. Huh. So I can't keep the Iron Verdict. I'm one land short of being able to keep it. I'm gonna keep this, and then I need to draw 2 mana creature. Do I have even 2 mana creatures in my deck? I have the Disciples. The Wither Crown would do it also. Yeah, this doesn't do it though. Put on bottom, put on top. Wow, so close. So close. So now I can play a jump blocker for this. I can kill the flyer, but I'm gonna try to do this. Well played opponent. Their deck seems pretty good. I think if I don't misplay that one turn, I'm much more likely to win the game. Which is unfortunate. Let's just resubmit. I don't really see anything I want to change out. Yeah, not splashing for anyway. Not that it even did anything. This card gets worse when they have the giant. I guess I can steal like giants and wizards that don't get bounce. There's that. He has an answer to this now. It's a multicolor deck, so those like discard cards are slightly better. But he did have a lot of bombs. Okay, so now they're sideboarding a lot, thinking what to do, talking with their chat. I think they're streaming, probably. Yeah, if I just don't waste my removals, but I think I'm in a winning position for this game. Would you like to play first? Yes, I would. Although they let me play, I think it's still better to play first. Okay, so this is a keep. It's a really good hand. Now the question is, do I want to foretell this or do I want to cast this? And... Huh. Interesting. I think I'm going to play the Disciple first. I think it's close, but... So this is an angel, I can't exert with that. It can like come into play and counter the bounce thing in a strange way. Like I get back all the creatures because it says any number. So I think I'm foretelling this guy this turn. They discarded Icy Manipulator. Like that's what happens against 4-color decks. You just sometimes make them discard good cards because they don't have the mana for it, and they don't have to or you make them discard lands which can screw them up. And that's a 1/3 that doesn't really do anything. Kind of happy they played it, to be honest. Okay, so now I'm gonna foretell this and cast this. Sure, I'm gonna take my one. This is a really good card. Like the Changeling ability comes up a lot, like stuff like that, right? It says choose up to one or any number of target shapeshifters creatures become base power and toughness 4/4. So these just become 4/4s. Like that's really good. So I think I'm gonna play in a way where I can try to set this up. They're probably not gonna attack, that's the issue. Like I could cast it this turn. We're trading like 1/1. It's not that good. I'm gonna foretell it and say go. Huh. Yeah, seems right. So one thing I can do is like play the angel, exile both of them, and they try to kill the angel. I get those back. Which is nice for me. Or I can play the angel in response to the kill spell, exile both. That doesn't seem as good. If I do that, basically I get to make them discard one. And I get to play this. Yeah, it seems worth it. Because I'm gonna play this in response to the kill spell. Oh, this is an angel. Oh, I screwed up. Fair enough. Why do I keep screwing up all the time? If that's the case, guess I should try to raise them. They're gonna just kill this, attack me for 8. That's not great for me. I don't think I can afford to play Yeah, it was crucial in my plan that it exiles an angel. It doesn't exile an angel, so that screwed me up. I even mentioned it earlier, but then I forgot. Oh wow. They accidentally screwed up. Okay, so I'm not the only one making mistakes, I guess. I take my 4. It's the World Tree now. Yeah, World Tree is good in limited. Fixing your mana for your 5 Golar deck. Casting this doesn't make sense. That's a good draw. So now I can attack for 2. Put them to 10, foretell this. And do I want to keep up this or do I want to pass? If I draw a land I can make 4 tokens. I think I'm gonna pass. I'm not sure which is the right play though. If I'm gonna pass, the attacking might have been bad. I'm gonna take these. Not sure, I'm playing a bit too fast, although my timer is like so low. Maybe I'm just bad. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, draw a card. So do I want to make them sack everything and discard a card? Not really. So now I can make bunch of angels, so I think I should attack. If they have the bounce thing, I just lose the game. Yeah. Weird way. I think I can't really afford to play around it. Like this way I have lethal next turn, so. But they have a counter spell? Oh wow. Huh. Okay. That sucks. I'm gonna take it still. That's a good card also. It's like that level of good that I should try to steal it, so. Let's see what they're named. Chooses instant, reveals 2 cards. Didn't get either of them. Okay, so I drew a land. So what I can do is I can play this, sacrifice both. They discard a card, they sacrifice probably these 2. Then after that I sack these 2, I get this, they discard a card and then I swap it with that. And then I have 1 card in hand and or I can just play the pet and swap the pet for them. I think that makes more sense. I have a blocker, so it's fine. Yeah, funny enough, it gets a counter. Yes. It's a 3-3 now. I can't attack, so I need to pass, and then I need to figure out what I want to name. I think it's instant, but I'm not sure. So, let me see. Why it's on top of the screenshot? I don't get it. I have 2 enchantments. I have a bunch of creatures. I also have a bunch of instants. I think it's either a creature or an instant. It could be a land also. Guess it's more likely to hit the creature, so I'm gonna go with creature. So I get 1 and I bottom of planes. It's a 4-4 now. So I can take the word tree. It's kind of cool. Huh. Here I'm blocking. Okay, so I'm not getting to word tree. It was a nice stream. So they foretell something. So I can play this and say go. I'll say creature again. I just want to make it bigger if I can. I hit planes and the creature again. That's fine. Now it's a 5-5. Next turn I draw it's a 6-6. They play a flyer and they draw a card. That's pretty strong. I need to have 6 here. Yep, that's strong. So I'm getting under a lot of pressure with those flyers. I feel like I'm gonna have to block here. 5, 6. I'm still dead on board next turn if I do that. So I can attack with this. They have to block, so they have to block with this. Yeah, I think I'm blocking here. I don't know. It's close though. I need to name instant. If they block in a way where I can kill 2 things, okay, that's decent. So let's say they block with this and this, it's not enough. Block with this and this, I get to kill a flyer. I guess it's cool to kill a flyer, so I'm gonna attack. Probably should just jump block. Okay, so now I need to find the instant, I think. I'm not gonna play a land. I think I prefer this to be bigger. Upside of playing a land is that if I find the instant I need, I can... Guess it's fine if it's a 5-5. I played probably a wrong land. That's fine. I'm gonna name instant. Get behold the multiverse, okay. Well, there's behold the multiverse. Oh, I win. Huh. Why do I win in this spot? I guess they don't have attacks. Makes sense. I was looking for this. Okay, so they have disdainful stroke. The 2 masked vandal. And a lot of flyers. My green doesn't have that many ways to deal with the flyers. I do have some like enchantment stuff, but not that critical to my game plan. I think I'm just gonna keep this and play fast. Play fast this time. Yeah, I have only 6 minutes, so let's keep. Again, they're on the draw. Comfort on this. Next turn I'm going to 3 drop. Interesting draw, I would say. Sure, it got a lot better just now. Okay, that's fine. You can discard 2 island. Okay. So another question is, so I want to play this. This costs 5 mana, so I think it's fine to play this actually. I'm gonna name blue in case they destroy the island or something, which is very unlikely, but I could name also black for having another black, but I think it's fine to play it in this way. When I have 6, take my 3, make them sack 2 things. I have 2 cards in hand, 4 mana. I have a removal spell, I have a Trickster God's Heist. That's a good draw. So I'm gonna cast this. They have Disdainful Stroke, they have Disdainful Stroke, they don't. So I can foretell this and pass the turn. Sure. None of us can attack now, which is interesting. What does the angel do? Okay, so it says you control. Okay, so now I want to steal this thing for sure. Huh. Yeah. I want to play the angel. So they got this one to the bottom. So I have a 5/5 in hand. Do I want to play the angel? Do I want to play the angel? I think I do want to play the angel. Just to get some beatdown going. Click no. Hopefully I draw something better than this card. Play this, exchange control of these two. Give stability, yes. Attack. Name creature. Hit the enchantment instant, that's sad. If they have the 5/5 in hand, they can potentially make this bigger. Okay, so I'm going to block here. If they activate it, I'm going to respond by this. Oh. Oh, actually, that was stupid. If they just pass priority with trade. Oh yeah, that's really stupid. Okay. Well, it was dumb. I thought I can play it, but I can't, because if I'm gonna play it, they're gonna activate it in response. That was really dumb. Keep making mistakes against him. So I want to exchange control of something. I probably don't. White. Guess exchanging control of those is like just for free. Yes. So I can wither crown these. I should have used the snowman, obviously. I'm behind in this race, and I just didn't want to draw cards, which is not very smart. Okay, that's fine. If they destroy the wither crown. Yeah, that's fine. Cast here. I have outs, I have good cards in my deck. So there's that. But I haven't played the game perfectly for sure. Okay, that's a good draw. And I can play this. Yes. Exile a creature. Attack. I'm gonna take my 4 here. Okay, that's fine. They pretty much have to chunk block. So let's see what happens. I can trade the 4/4s, but that doesn't do anything. I can trade like the flyer with this. That's also, I mean, it sets up lethal for next turn, but I think it's just better to pass. I hope they don't draw anything. Then they have to stay back and then have a 2-turn clock. Equipping the 1-3 was smart because that played around the removal spell. Okay, so they attack me for 4, I go to 4. Now turn off auto heals. Oh, thank God. I almost screwed up. So now I can play this. No. Draw. Okay, that's a great draw. So now I can attack. Make them discard. And play this. Exchange control of these two. Yes. Say go. I'm dead to a removal spell, but they're just dead on board. And I won. Nice. 3-0. 3-0. See you later for round 4. Alright. Round 4. 3-0. Trying to get the 4-0. This hand is great. I also won the die roll, so I'm going first. Good luck, have fun. Like, I think I should play for this card in this situation. So I'm gonna go like play the island. I'm gonna foretell this and say go. Like, I don't even need to sacrifice this disciple, I think. Okay, so they foretell something. That means they're not playing 2 creatures. I don't want to throw 2 though, because I don't want to discard. So I'm gonna go foretell this. I guess I wouldn't have to discard, but I think it's fine still. Next turn I can draw 2 and then decide what I want to do, if I want to play the disciple or not. Probably have the 3/3 draw a card. Yeah. That's a good card. I kind of want to save this for the enchantment I have, so that's okay. I guess I can just play a swamp and say go. And in their end step, I can make them sack 2 creatures. That's gonna be fine. And if they do nothing, I'm just gonna play my draw spell. Like, if they just don't play a creature, I'm gonna play this. Yeah, I'm gonna lose out on 2 mana. Like, I'm in no rush with the disciple. This card is really good. Like, it's great early play, and it's a good top deck in the late games. Does so much. The fact that you can just play a turn 3, 3/3, and draw a card is so good. Yield until next end step. Sure. They should add to the board, I think. Oh shit. That was so bad. Ah, the fucking auto yield. Okay. sorry for that. That was bad. I didn't think about this card until I got owned, obviously. Okay, so now I can play this. So both of them are good, so I'm gonna go top. Probably I want to use this next turn, so I'm gonna go this and yeah, okay. I'm gonna play Disciple. Yeah, if they would just have a 1-1 right now, the game would be so much better. Laziness got me here. I have to discard something. I'm gonna name blue with this. Next turn I'm gonna go this, foretell this. Then the turn after I'm gonna make 3 angels. Then the turn after I can play Master Skull. So yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna name blue. I think it's worth naming blue again, just because like there's some land destruction, like the 6-mana troll guard, stuff like that. I'm gonna take my 3, there's no reason to block. Let's see what they do. 1-3. Okay, that's decent. Another question is like, do I want to use this now or not? Kind of. They were thinking what to discard it, so I kind of feel like I'm gonna get something better. This just makes treasures. I can just play the Wither Crown here. I think that's the play. Like I wanna take some 6 or 7 drop with this. Foretell and Sego. I'm not sure what I think about this card. I mean, it's mana fixing, so I get why they're playing it. They have like a 3-color chant deck. Doesn't look particularly great to me. Oh, they didn't sack it. Interesting. So that blue blew up, representing mana drain. I can like steal this land. I can't activate it though. Okay, that's nice. So they can kill my Disciple. Sure. But they're going face, because they don't think the Disciple is worth anything. So they're trying to raise me. Return target creature I don't care to battlefield plus some not turn it against haste until end of. Sure. So I'm gonna make 3 angels next turn. Like I get why they make this play, but it's just an example of why even 1/1 is a good card in Magic. You should almost always kill a creature instead of going face, unless it's lethal, or unless you can set up like a 2-turn lethal. Just make these things. Each player discards a card. So pretty sure I'm supposed to discard the Disciple. And this gets back the Wither Crown. It's gonna be a 4/4 draw a card haster. So if they have a land, they can activate this if they want to kill this and make 2 tokens. Okay, that deals 1 damage right now. Or like he's -1/-1. That's a land. So I think I'm just attacking with these 2 and playing the Master Skull, getting back with our crown, but not casting it. So there's no reason to cast it, like I don't really have a good target for it. Yes, exile. So you go, no reason to play the land. He's playing black. The priest is only sorcery speed, so they can't do it like in response to the saga I have, to the blue black saga. Okay, they get back that. That's strong. They get to draw a card. So that thing ended up getting them like 1 card. Because they went face. If they killed this, it would have got them 2 cards. Looks like they don't have a way to answer the angels. Yeah, the angel card is pretty strong. Okay, so what they have. So they have a Demon Bolt and a Garder's Vicious Reptar. Okay. Sarulf is like one of the Foretell cards. Yeah, Sarulf's Packmate. Yeah. Like that black-red thing is good against those, but I don't think I can cite them out there. It's just too important for my deck. The synergy with Master Skull. What does this? No permanent cards in graveyards and libraries can enter the battlefield. Players can cast spells from graveyards or libraries. Yeah, they had the one thing, but I don't think it's enough. Like if I would see the 6 mana black mythic that gets back all cards with the same creature type or something like that, plus the black red thing, maybe I could consider this. Like at least 2, or if they would show like something like this, I might consider it. But not really, it's not that good of a card. So it looks like I don't want to sideboard again. I'm wondering if those 6 is good enough in my deck. Like it kind of stops my attacks on the ground if I give it to them, but also it just stops them early and then it is a thing I can trade away. This hand is interesting. I think it's a mulligan. Because I need to draw like 2 lands to make this hand cool, and I don't want to draw 2 lands. So that's a mulligan. So I'm on the draw. I'm gonna keep. Question is, what do I bottom? I think I bottom swamp. I have all my lands. I can foretell this, then I can play this, then I can draw 2 cards. So I should be able to make my land drops. Behold the Multiverse is a really good card. Like, Glimmer of Genius was an uncommon and was a good card in the format. This is a common, and I think it's a better card than Glimmer of Genius. Just because you can split the mana like on 2 turns. Yes, Glimmer gave you energy, which was like useful, but I think this ability is better. That's a decent draw. I'm going to foretell this first. Yep, the backmate. I think I'm pretty happy to trade this with a backmate, so I'm just gonna play it. Like, obviously it's not a great trade for me, but I think it's fine. I'd rather save this for something more important, I think. Also, it's like, it can be very mana efficient later, so. Okay, another backmate. They should attack, pretty sure they should attack. I need to trade here. So now I can like play the Disciple and this thing, and then I can play Kaya next turn, but it's not that great for me. I can foretell this and play the Disciple, or I can foretell this and play this. I think I like foretelling this and playing this the most. And next turn I can cast 2 spells. Or if I draw like a 4-drop on the land, I can play 4-drop plus this. Let's see what they're doing. So they're foretell something. The backmates are really good. Like, nothing bad to say about them. Nothing bad to say about them. Yeah, I think I don't want Master Skull, but I think... Is this a fine draw? I think it is. I would like to draw a land, but it's not the end of the world if I don't draw a land. Okay, that's decent. So now I have the option to play the Disciple and foretell like the Reaper. Or I can play... Actually, I can just play the Reaper, or I can play the Iron Verdict and play the Courser, which is also decent. That makes it so if I draw a Swamp, I can play Disciple plus the Heist in the same turn. They could have like the Demon Bolt here. I think I like getting to the board a bit. So I'm gonna play this, and say go. Okay. Sure. Makes sense. They wanted to do that. So now I think it's a good opportunity to play this. They're also missing their land drop, so they're gonna have to discard a spell here. And I'm gonna foretell this because I'm more likely to cast it next turn than the Reaper, I think. It's looking very likely I just want to cast this thing next time. So one reason for bottoming this was I needed the land, but I think if I just draw spells until end of the game, I'm gonna be fine. My tech is not so expensive. Okay, so that's annoying. That's a decent draw. I think I'm gonna make them discard too, because they have good cards in hand, it looks like. So they discard. Destroy all creatures, destroy all planeswalkers, then return a creature or planeswalker card corner cost each less from the graveyard to hand. Snow spent to cast this. So they don't really have that much snow. It is 6 mana wrath, I guess. I'm gonna foretell this and say go. Guess I should have get up to planes in case I have another of those, but it's not a big deal. They're gonna attack me for 3. I probably need to try to set up being able to block this with that and put this in the next creature they play now, because they get the mana. So they can, if they draw a land, they can potentially be a 6 drop. They're discarding their black cards because they don't have swamp. Oh, they lost the mana. So they're not casting anything. Is that the case? Oh, interesting. If they're not casting anything, like I could play Gaia and just minus on this. I'm a bit afraid to have like the -4 thing here. So I guess I'd rather have them kill this. Playing Wither Crown is like kind of useless because it makes it a 2/5 instead. The Tricker's God's Heist doesn't do anything. It would have been much more mana efficient to play this, but I think it was the better line. Now if they don't play anything scary, or if they just play a big creature, I can go like Gaia plus Wither Crown if I draw a land. And now I can just go Gaia. Hopefully this works out as I want. Okay, now I can pass. So now if this dies or is put into exile, I get like, I think, and I win. They had all black spells in hand, makes sense. And they're splashing for a lot of cards. I wonder how's their mana base. These cards are good, obviously. They're rares. These cards are good. It seems like they're splashing for red, or for, I don't know. It seems like a 7/7/7 mana base type of thing. GG's. Alright, well, that's it. We go 4-0. It's pretty sweet. Thanks for watching. And if you liked the video, subscribe to the channel. If you disagree with some plays, if you disagree with the deck building, let me know in the comments. I'm very happy to discuss. If you have questions about sealed decking in general, about this format, I'm very happy to answer. Alright, see you another time.